We're going to talk today about three important things you need to know about confused feelings. In the aftermath of hard times, you react in various ways. Sometimes your reactions are physical. You withdraw, or you strike back, or you throw a fit, or you make amends. Other reactions are emotional, and some of your feelings are immediate, like you might feel shocked, or you might feel betrayed, or afraid. But other emotions emerge well after a traumatic or troubling event is over. And those are the ones maybe that create the most confusion in us. You feel mistrustful or ashamed, or you feel numb. Whenever you try to come to terms with life's hardship and the confusion it causes, know this: every feeling you experience has a positive purpose, even though it may not feel that way in the moment. Maybe somebody's told you seem depressed or stressed out or emotionally out of whack, and maybe you are out of whack. But if you stop to think about why you feel the way you do in your circumstance, sometimes, in fact often, your emotions begin to make sense. It's one thing to simply say, "This is what I felt," but it's another thing altogether to understand why you felt what you felt. That's what I want you to do, because that's a healing circumstance. It can be tempting to ignore the message of your emotions, and many of us do just that. After all, to hash and rehash what happened can dredge up unwanted memories. But people who understand their emotions and get over their confusion, if you want to use that term, have real power. Power to control themselves and power to be a positive influence over others. One of the toughest tasks of overcoming hardship of any kind is to pay attention to the positive feelings that underlie seemingly confusing life circumstances, the negatives of life. So here's three guidelines I want to encourage you to adopt. First is this: to heal from emotional hurt, learn to listen to yourself. When you reacted to a difficult situation with anger or fear or fretfulness, your body and your mind were telling you something. They were communicating things to you. Listen to yourself. Second, maybe you didn't understand yourself when you're in the middle of a tough time, or maybe other people failed to understand you. But it's never too late to reflect on your life experiences so you can make sense of them. One of the mistakes we sometimes do, and this is what perpetrates confusion, is after an event is over, we say things like, "I don't want to talk about that anymore. I don't want to think about that anymore." And then the confusion persists. The third thing: it's never wrong to feel whatever you feel. What is wrong is to ignore the message your feelings convey. Some people think that it's wrong to feel depressed or to feel angry or to be fretful. It's not wrong. How can you be wrong if that's the way you feel? Most important thing is to, instead of trying to quantify your emotion, try to understand your emotion. Don't ignore it. When I was young, I was a competitive runner. One of my favorite coaches used to say to me, "If you win a race, enjoy the moment. If you lose, learn from it." That simple guideline served me well in my youth. But even now that I'm no longer a competitive runner, and in fact I'm not a runner at all, frankly, that guideline still serves me well, and it can serve you well too. Your emotions reflect what's happened to you. Here's the good news: no matter your life experiences, you can use your feelings to propel you toward emotional growth. Let's go through a mental exercise. Think back on one particularly difficult time in your life. Maybe it was something that you just recently experienced, or maybe it was something that happened some time ago. Try to remember just how you felt at that particular time. Try to remember your specific feelings, okay? Continue thinking about that situation, and then ask yourself these questions. Did you feel any other emotions in the days or months or even years afterwards? For each of the emotions you felt, where did they come from? Why did you feel that way? Was it hard to give yourself permission for feeling the way you did? Do you feel badly about how you felt? Did you feel badly then? Do you feel guilty now? Did you feel guilty then? What's the positive takeaway from that experience? What did you learn about yourself, not other people, but about yourself through that experience? Think about this fact of life. Your understanding of emotions changes as you change. When you were a child or a teenager, you were not capable of comprehending what you now know and understand. And as you continue to age, you'll have an even deeper grasp of life. Make it your aim to make sense of the life you've lived and the life you're living right now. I hope you find comfort in the realization that as time passes, you're going to be able to find new meaning in the feelings you experience. Maybe that will help to keep the future from seeming so dim. Your emotions are a gift intended to protect you rather than harm you. Let me leave you by asking you to comment below on what you've learned about past emotional struggles. I would love to hear from you, and I'm sure others will enjoy your insights. Also below this video, you'll find a link to a book I've written on how to thrive in spite of hardship. And I hope you'll consider subscribing to this channel. I'll look forward to being with you again soon.